Welcome to the second in-house challenge here at Oldfield Forge, where we will be pitting our resident smiths against each other head-to-head in various steel-based competitions. Today's event, the Beam Hook Challenge. Competitors must copy a beam hook design as best they can. They will be timed making their own copy and judged on how close it is to the original hook. Their position in both time and quality will be taken into account, so each competitor must make an item of decent quality while also racing against their fellow smith. The rules are as follows. There is no limit to how long the original design may be looked at, but once the challenge starts, it is taken away. An impartial judge with no knowledge of who made each hook must decide the quality. The clock starts when the first hammer blow strikes the steel and ends when the smith decides. Position in the speed round and the quality round are combined to give the final score. And with the rules established, let's get into it. The Speedrun about to begin, a 3x3 spread accommodating almost all of our contestants. And here we go! Aaron here, a fan favourite and host of various instructional videos here at Oldfield, including a tribute to Adriana Vassini and a factually dubious tutorial on the Viking Sayax. He is beginning, as many of our other competitors will do, by hammering out a flat taper to be used in a ribbon scroll at the front of the hook. Decent rhythm and force going into this. One of our newer members here at Oldfield, Tom, wielding a Farius rounding hammer and a piece of pre-cut steel as opposed to Aaron's full bar. His man bun is said to increase his speed as it keeps potential distractions like women at bay. Everyone continually speeding away with the exception of Josh, who is somehow not doing any work in two places at once. On to Ben now, previous Oldfield Challenge winner and known big boy. His ego is inflated to an indecent proportion since his last victory, and now insists that younger smiths carry him into the forge like royalty to avoid dirtying his shoes. Ethan has been in and out of the vets 4 times with back problems now. As we can see, Ben has heated his metal a grand total of once, and yet continues to forge at incredible speed despite all colour leaving the steel. He now wields a new hammer, currently unnamed but weighing in at 1.8 kilos and 400 millimeters in length. This behemoth grants him both incredible striking power and also a very much needed overcompensation. His strategy here is almost surely speed first, quality later.
That was quick.
Why worry about getting it hot?
Demonstrating an incredible speed there at Ben's first heat, let's see if this level of power and urgency has been demonstrated elsewhere. It would appear not. On to Sam now. Since our last competition, we've taken Sam out of the public eye for obvious reasons. For those of you who have seen Sam in the forge and see something off about his face in this video, don't worry. That growth is just the way his chin looks. Sam is almost certainly going for quality in this attempt and will be taking his time. He's using a ball peen of his own creation. Eagle-eyed viewers may note that Sam's hammer has very distinct and handsome cheeks as compensation for Sam's own shortcomings. A short clip of previous cheater Ethan there, managing not to hit himself in the face as he curves his hook around a former. A technique not shared by his rival Tom, who is using the horn of the anvil. While giving Tom more freedom, he may find this hinders his accuracy in the hook's general radius. We now quickly return to Sam, who has begun sharing his tactics for the next part of his process.
I'm now going to forge a square point.
Nice.
Get to the point!
We at Oldfield apologise for that previous clip and will no longer be allowing Sam any more audio time. Over to Chef now, another newer member from the team, known for his dad jokes, jolly nature and Valley's level education. Going for a slow and steady approach with this hook, he wields a rounded face straight peen hammer. Now back for an overall look at our competitors. As we see, Sam at the bottom left taking his time with a square point while some of the others have moved on to the twist. Joe, taking his favourite position in the bottom middle, currently twisting using the former. A wise move, saving him the time it would have taken him to walk over to operate a vice. Bear in mind, this does not strictly affect their current position, as any part of these hooks can be done in whatever order they wish. Whatever Josh is doing, however, is almost certainly unproductive. Ben here, his point done, now performing the final twist. His cameraman, so awed and inspired by him that he cannot focus on his work, but instead chooses to aim towards Josh, who is so unproductive he's wandered off into someone else's video. A couple of final taps to ensure straightness, and into the water. Finished. First of our competitors to finish, and giving Ben the most amount of points for speed, with a time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Remember, the time itself grants no specific points, only the position itself. Those of you who are focusing on the central square where Ben was, and let's face it, who can blame you, may have noticed an incredible and sudden transition where he has lost over a foot in height and nearly 2/3 of his body weight, and now appears to be a small woman in camo trousers. This isn't because of some miracle hormone treatment, but instead because a 3x3 grid doesn't easily allow for 10 competitors, and we didn't want anyone to think that we allowed girls here. Eve joined us earlier this year and has already made a phenomenal impression, breaking stereotypes about female smiths and proving that anyone can be hovering below average if they really put their minds to it. You go, girl. Aaron there, cutting the end of his steel carefully over the edge of the anvil. Not as neat as a chisel, but potentially faster. Josh there, once again, just vibing. He's honestly just happy to be included. Coming up to the finish line now, young Ethan tapering out the end of his hook. He's matured immensely since last year and his technique and strategy really show it. Such a big, brave boy. Such a big, strong boy. Now on Ethan's tail, however, is Tom, finishing up his taper and bending over the corner of the anvil. Ethan, unaware of Tom quickly gaining ground, is ensuring the quality of his work, but still appears to be ahead. Oh, he dropped it. Tom, now on the final point, quenches it, stealing second place from young Ethan at the last moment.
That's done.
Yep. Beautiful, thank you.
I was going for speed. I think I just about achieved it.
Excellent, well done.
Probably not the fastest I've done anything, but...
And after that performance, Tom has stolen a point off Ethan with a mere 4-second difference, granting him an additional point moving forward. This means that Ethan's hook will just have to be a little bit better if he wishes to win. Another competitor, now close to completion, Joe, not rushing, but taking a moment to make sure his hook is straight, even, and blemish-free. As we now pass the halfway mark for this round, we see a few competitors finalising their points. These competitors have not gone for speed as their main tactic, but instead are hoping the quality of their work will put the points up for them. While Ben powered through his work, he had almost 2 minutes between himself and second place that he could have been using on quality. Will there in the bottom left providing motivation for Sam. They have both become closer friends since they were banished from the public eye. You may occasionally see them should you come to Oldfield Forge, but know that you are never to look at them directly. Joe now finalising his position as he avoids parenting the screaming child just off screen, cementing his position in 4th place.
Ben.
Let's head over to Josh once more as he has some sound advice for our cameraman.
So what we're going to do here is a technique called tempering.
What was that technique?
Tempering.
Tempering.
Tempering. It's where you get the metal up to temper. It tempers it.
Ah, good. I'm losing mine.
Profound and false words there from a lazy, lazy man. Joe there in the background, free to discipline the children he lives with, now exercising that right. Will there, with his Mastermere hammer, final bends corrected, cools off his hooks. Calm and satisfied with the work, placing him in the position of 5th, with a respectable 8 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's have a word with our final contestants and see how confident they are.
First time competing, chef. How you feeling?
Fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, all good. No pressure.
No pressure. You got it, buddy.
Stoic, reserved, and confident. Let's check in with an Oldfield veteran, Aaron.
How you feeling, Aaron? You confident? No. Good.
Powerful, motivational words there from Aaron, who is, on a good day, a man of few words. As we approach the final part of Aaron's hook, let's go in for a closer look.
seconds off that. Excellent. How do you think you did?
No.
I don't even know why we talked to that man. There goes Eve, wandering away from the forge for some reason. Away into the grinding bay she goes, off on her own little adventure. I'm sure whatever she's about to do is perfectly safe and OSHA approved. Hey, look at Sam, he's currently doing something. In fact, he's almost done, cooling off his hook into the water and finishing with a time of 11 minutes 20 seconds.
How'd you feel that went, buddy?
Who's got
Hold it up in front of you.
3 thumbs and loves blacksmithing? This guy.
Look, hold it still. Give me that.
And with 7 of our 10 competitors finished, we turn to our final 3. Eve, while relatively new to the craft, has almost finished her hook. Let's do a quick time skip to see that now.
One eternity later.
At time of filming, Chef had only been part of the team for a month, and so hadn't quite reached the level of competitive speed as our other staff members. Josh, however, has been blacksmithing for over a decade, but unfortunately, due to health issues, has become slower, lethargic, and ugly. A final brush. He's also stupid. Gentle tapping and quench sees Eve finish her hook in 3rd to last place. Some say Josh is still forging to this day.
That's me.
In the water.
With the speed round out of the way, the scores are as follows. Ben is in the lead with 10 points, followed by Tom and Ethan, giving them an advantage overall, but with everything still to play for. As it is common knowledge that a single person at Oldfield has a single trustworthy bone in their body, an impartial judge must be chosen for the final quality round. Luckily, we have our own tame, impartial blacksmith. Some say that he grows safety specs like normal people grow fingernails. Some say that he drinks cold Bosch water like tea. Some say he's a legally distinct version of another BBC character. All we know is, he's called the Swage. The Swage, mysterious as he is, has agreed to judge the quality of the hooks in all their glory. After sorting out a nice copper, he begins to look over the hooks. He has not been given any information as to who they belong to, nor would he care. We've included a couple of decoys in there as well to really throw him off. It looks as if he's come to a final decision. The best hook has been chosen, the worst cast aside. The Swage's decision is final. And the results are in. Ben and Tom, the 2 fastest, suffered most for their quality, whereas Will and Joe had the highest quality hooks of the lot. When all stacked together, will it be enough to secure them a win? Let's find out. In a previously unheard of result, Joe and Will have ended up with identical points and have drawn for first, sharing the coveted Oldfield trophy. And there we have it, folks. The second Oldfield challenge comes to a close with Will and Joe taking the win. Thank you for watching. Feel free to drop a suggestion for what you think we should do next in the comments below, and stay tuned for a variety of blacksmithing in the future. You can even come and have a go yourself over at oldfieldforge.co.uk. Links in the description.